Hello, everyone. My name's Rick Grafagna. Name of my company is Senior Solutions. It's been a while since my last video. I hope you've enjoyed the previous ones. We talked about different aspects of senior housing. Today, I wanted to talk about a little different subject: in-home care. Sometimes staying at home is the best option for the senior. Sometimes going and exploring senior housing just isn't going to work out. And in-home care can be a great option for families to consider. We've spoken in the past about ADLs, or activities of daily living, and those are things that, as a refresher, activities of daily living are things like bathing, dressing, grooming, medication reminders, assistance with toileting, companionship, running errands, taking this on shopping trips, light housekeeping, things of that nature. All can be, in this particular case, can be performed at home. The organizations that I work with are licensed agencies, private duty care companies that have their own employees. These employees can be caretakers or CNAs in some cases. They can come into your home. They can provide that assistance with those ADLs that I just described. These employees have been background checked, trained, have appropriate insurance taken out on them, general liability insurance, workers' compensation, things of that nature. In this particular circumstance, you as the person receiving the care are not paying the caregiver directly. You're paying the company, who in turn compensates the caregiver for being in your home. This situation can range from you need a little bit of help a couple times a week to maybe some assistance every day of the week to, gee, we really need to have somebody in the home 24/7 to provide the kind of assistance and level of care that's needed. And these companies can accommodate that. It really depends on what you're looking for and what you want to try to accomplish. So let's start at the lower end, okay? Let's just say you need a couple hours, three times a week. That's going to be paid for on an hourly basis, okay, depending on the area that you're in. That could range, but let's just say $25 to $28 an hour. This is a private pay solution. Unfortunately, Medicare does not pay for this. There may be some local assistance available through governmental agencies. If you're a veteran, there may be a benefit up to 12 hours a week for some help. Another subject, another topic to be discussed at a later date. So on an hourly basis, so you compensate the company each hour that employee of theirs is in your home. Okay? So they could be in the home. I've had situations where somebody needs to be in the house for 3 hours in the morning to help maybe mom get up and get her going for the day, maybe prepare a couple of meals in advance. Then they don't need any help through the middle part of the day, but maybe at the end of the day, they need somebody there to make sure that the mom, in this particular case, gets ready for bed and gets put away to bed, and then they start all over again the next day. One of the challenges for families sometimes is trying to determine what exactly it is that they want the help with. They know things aren't right. They know they're not comfortable with mom or dad being home all day without any help. But sometimes translating that thought into what actually needs to happen can be a little challenging. Just kind of a heads up for that. So that's kind of an hourly solution. Okay, you don't need to be there all the time. But boy, having that little bit of assistance can make all the difference in the world. Sometimes it's temporary. Sometimes maybe there's been a fall, hospital stay, a period of time in rehabilitation. Now they're home. They're not quite up to snuff, and you just need some help for a short period of time until they improve. Okay? Other cases, it's more of a long-term situation where something's more chronic, and this kind of assistance needs to be provided for as long as you can foreseeable future. So now let's say the level of care is such that you really need to have somebody in the home all the time, okay? Whether someone's a fall risk or someone's maybe dealing with dementia, you're just not comfortable with any time of the day when there isn't someone else in the home. In that particular case, a 24/7 live-in caregiver could be the answer. Now, a couple things to keep in mind. First, that caregiver that's coming into your home to be there around the clock needs their own space, a bedroom, a bed for them to sleep at night. Second, the senior that needs the help really needs to be able to get through the night pretty much without any help. So that caregiver needs some quality 6 to 7 hours of time when they're quote unquote not working. Okay? Unfortunately, that isn't always the case. Sometimes the senior is up at night with some regularity to, maybe they need assistance to get to the toilet or whatever the case might be. So if the senior is getting through the night and the caregiver can get some quality time sleeping, then that can be paid on a day rate. And again, depending on where you're at, that could run from, let's say, $280 to $300 plus per day. If in fact the situation is such that the caregiver can't get that quality of sleep at night, excuse me, then the situation is different. It has to be on an hourly basis. So then maybe you have 2 caretakers, 2 12-hour shifts, and unfortunately you're paying them out on an hourly basis for that whole 24-hour period. Is it always the same person in your home? If it's a 24/7 caregiver, oftentimes the rotation is there may be the same person there for 4 days, then they're off for 3, and so maybe the same person's there for 3 days, and that's how the rotation. If the caregiver schedule is on an hourly basis and it's very intermittent and random, maybe changes from one week to the next, that makes it a little bit more difficult for that agency to provide the same coverage all the time with the same people. If there's a consistency in the schedule, it's more likely that they can have at least a similar set of people, that rotate periodically. So I hope that's helpful. So this is In-Home Care, an overview. My name is Rick Grafagna, Senior Solutions. If you want more information about the totality of our services, www.seniorsolutions3.com. Thanks much, and feel free to check out our other videos on YouTube. Have a good day.